Hey, Coach, can you hear us okay?
Yes, loud and clear.
We're ready to go when you are.
All right, here we go. Good morning. I hope that everybody's remaining safe and staying healthy. Just want to let everybody know, just to start this off, it's good to be back here in the building with the players in the organization, and it feels good to be back, getting back to football and doing what we do best, and that's just chopping wood. So if anyone has any questions, please start us off.
Let's go to Pete Sweeney. Go ahead, Pete.
Hey, Eric, thanks for taking some time with us today. Andy Reid was recently on 610 and noted that Clyde Edwards-Helaire reminds him a lot of you. And I was wondering how you would feel about that, and what are the challenges for a rookie back that's going to be expected probably to step in right away here?
Well, if Coach said that, I'm going to take that as the highest of compliments, because he's a lot quicker than me and can do a whole lot more than what I did coming out. But I will say this, the kid's got a great look about himself. He works hard. He takes a tremendous amount of pride in everything that he does. He's in there with a good group. Coach Dillon's doing a hell of a job of getting those guys going. You know what? It's just a day-to-day deal, play-by-play. We just want to make sure that he's absorbing all the information, and then he can go out and process it and make it happen. But right now, so far, so good.
Go to Adam Teicher. Go ahead, Adam.
Hey, Eric, how you doing today?
Doing good, Adam. How you doing? You in the car, huh?
Yeah, right outside practice here.
There you go.
Another question about Edwards-Helaire. Just what are your thoughts on him after seeing him 2 days in pads now, and also your thoughts on that hit he took from Frank Clark along the sideline during practice?
Hey, that's football. Welcome back. Hey, Frank got him. He tagged him a little bit. Welcome the rookie in. Hey, that's part of the game. But I will say this, it's been good watching him, the past 2 days, and every day has been a learning process. The biggest thing that I tell all the guys, regardless if it's Clyde, okay, or somebody that's down the line, we want all our guys to go out there and play hard and play fast and have a sense of urgency. If he makes a mistake, it's okay. We'll correct it. The thing that we want to do is just eliminate the mistakes moving forward. But right now, he seems to be doing a good job. Like I said, Coach Dillon's doing a heck of a job with him. And those backs have loved him up. They're getting him going, and everybody's moving in the right direction.
Let's go to Surin Petro. Go ahead, Surin.
Coach, thank you for the time. Couple things. One, no preseason. As an offensive coordinator, what do you lose by not having the preseason? What are you guys going to have to overcome there? And then how far behind, if at all, are you guys as far as, I know you always have new wrinkles every year. Are you behind on any of the new installs?
Well, first of all, Surin, it's good seeing you. And,
good to see you, Coach.
I will say this. With the not being any preseason games, I will say this. The process is right where it needs to be. This is just like a college setting. The only thing that we're doing, we're just mentally and physically getting our guys ready to make sure that they're good to go on day one. Now, the beauty of everything is that we've had time throughout the offseason to hit a lot of Zoom meetings with our guys, okay? Then as we started training camp with all the walkthrough work, yeah, we would have wanted to go and play fast and do all that, but we've given our guys an opportunity to absorb a lot of information. In fact, we may be behind physically because we physically just haven't had the groundwork to do, but mentally our guys are doing a heck of a job. Now, would you love to go out there and have an opportunity to see these rookies play in the preseason game? Yes, we would. But it's unfortunate that we're living in this circumstance, but we're going to make the most of this opportunity that's being presented. We're just going to continue to chop wood every single day.
Let's go to Herbie Teope. Go ahead, Herbie.
Hey, Coach, always a pleasure to see you there. I'm out here in the parking lot with Adam, so that's why we're out in the cars.
That's all right.
Another CEH question, and actually I have two questions for you. With Edwards-Helaire, we know he worked out with Patrick Mahomes during the offseason. How beneficial do you think that's been for him after you've seen those two with the way they've worked together over these last 2 days? And secondly, how do you think the running backs behind him are working out and as you go through this process?
Well, just like anything and everything, we talk about this is these guys need to develop a chemistry. I'm not aware of how much they spent time together this offseason, but if they did, I know that helps because they get to work together and do some things to start talking about what needs to be done and how we're going to do it. But the thing that I love about it is just the communication factor that takes place in our meetings, because when we're watching film together as a group, I mean, we're always encouraging our guys to to talk amongst each other. That way guys are being held accountable, but also too, they understand exactly where they fit within the concept of the pass scheme that we're talking about. Now, as far as the other running backs, all those guys are competing. We got a very, very good group. Coach Dillon doing a heck of a job with those guys. And I mean, one thing I love about them, I think with the exception of Darrell Williams, hell, I can look all of them in the eye. So that's a plus.
Go to Nate Taylor. Go ahead, Nate.
Hello, Eric.
What's
Also
up, Nate?
in the parking lot. I got two questions for you. A couple of guys, even Tedrick Thompson yesterday, acknowledged that Andy Reid's training camps are usually more grueling than the average NFL training camp. You've been with Andy since you guys have been in Kansas City. Just why do you feel like you guys are best at equipping and preparing guys in training camp that maybe are above what most teams do, maybe even in your experience as an NFL player? And then secondly, with the guard situation, having Andrew Wiley back healthy, introducing Osemele to the system, just what have you seen from those two guys through the first 2 days of padded practice?
Well, first of all, training camp has always been tough. I remember as a player in '99, that was probably one of the toughest camps that I've ever been through. But you have to understand that coach has a way of doing things where we're going to physically challenge our guys, but also mentally challenge them to be at their best. So we can hit a stride going into the season, being ready and prepared to play. So that's what makes the training camp challenging, because we want our guys to make sure when we kick this season off, we didn't leave any stone unturned or anything behind. We want to make sure that we're game ready. Now, with the guard situation, I tell you what, hats off to the doctor. You know, that's an admirable decision that he made, the ultimate respect. With the new guys coming on, like I said, these guys they're learning, they're processing the information. They're doing a great job of competing, and they're working hard, and that's important. Now, the thing about it, with Wiley back in there, all these guys are finding their rhythm and their chemistry together. If anything, we just need that growth to continue within that room, and it'll work itself out as we continue to go through training camp.
All right, guys, we've got time for a couple more. Let's go Sam and then Matt Derrick. Go ahead, Sam.
Hey, Eric, hope all is well.
What's going on?
Not a lot. Just to follow up on that guard question, with Andrew Wiley specifically, obviously he had battled some injuries last year and lost his spot. What's your confidence level if he's got to be the guy again this year? And just a second question on Patrick. I know that he's a guy that, even though he won the Super Bowl, wants to get better. Is there something specific that you guys have targeted in this year's training camp?
Well, here's the thing about Wiley. Wiley played a lot of productive snaps for us over the years. He had a setback last year, but things happen. The thing that we love about Riley is that he's never stopped competing. So he's constantly competing. He's back in the lineup. Now it's about making sure that he can sustain a high level of play throughout the course of training camp and into the season. So right now, all of those guys are competing. And one thing that we do know, okay, we're going to need all those guys when it's all said and done with. So we want to make sure that all of our guys are maximizing the opportunities and the reps that are presented to them so we can be productive moving forward. Now with Pat's, and I'll say this, kudos to Pat. He's done a heck of a job. He's had a great career so far, but you guys have been around him. You know him. He's a competitive prick, okay? He's a great kid, but he's a competitive prick. He wants to improve at everything he possibly can improve upon. He wants to be the best at whatever he can do. And along the way, he wants to make sure that he's leading the guys. He wants to be held accountable by his peers, but also, too, he just wants to work. And that's what you love about being around him every single day.
Let's go to Matt Derrick to close us out. Go ahead, Matt.
Hey, good morning, Coach. Good to see you.
How you doing, Matt?
I'm doing well, thank you. It's said with offensive linemen that, snaps and reps are critical to just improving and getting better. What does a guy like Lucas Niang miss out on as a rookie, as far as that goes and development-wise, with opting out this year?
Well, first of all, let's just make sure we're being fair to Lucas. Let's just say this. Lucas opted out for whatever reason, and hats off, and kudos to him. Now, you have to admire his decision, and when he comes back, we'll welcome him back with open arms. Obviously, he loses reps. He loses a lot of experience just because he gets to sit in that room with Coach Heck, who does a heck of a job with all of our offensive linemen, and Corey Matei. But the thing that he's going to miss out more than anything is just having an opportunity just to absorb that information. Yeah, you want to go out there and work through it, but more than anything, just the knowledge that's going to be presented because of the vets that we have in the building now. I mean, we got KO here, you got Fish, you got Schwartz, you got Ryder, we got Mike Rimmers. You know, we got a lot of valuable guys who can pass on a great deal of knowledge. So he's missing out on that. But I do know this. When he comes back next year, we'll be waiting on him, and he'll be ready.
Coach, we appreciate you taking the time today. Thank you.
Thank you. You guys take care. Stay safe.